Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 55 of CCO Complete Client Overview. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Achilles client. This is another Ghost client with support for the latest Minecraft versions. The client actually offers a lot of modules and has a really good looking GUI. The client devs have also kindly given me 2 license keys to give away, so 2 lucky viewers will get to use this client for free. But before we get to that, I want to quickly shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. These videos take a lot of time to make and honestly wouldn't be possible without the legends that are on screen now. Thanks guys, let's get into the video. Achilles does not have its own custom website and the client can only be found on Discord. This is kind of weird and makes the client seem less legitimate to me, though then again looking through the showcase channel the client looks really good to me. I'm not sure why, but the lack of a website is a bit off-putting to me. Downloading a jar file from a Discord channel just feels a bit sketchy and wrong. Usually I tell people not to download random clients from Discord as most of the time they are not safe to run. Anyways, with this aside, the client supports Minecraft 1.20.4 and the latest release Minecraft 1.21.1. Unfortunately, the client is not free. Currently, it is selling for $20 for lifetime access. To purchase the client, you need to create a support ticket and then ask to pay with PayPal or through crypto. Once you have paid for the client, you are given a license key. You can then register a client account through their custom Discord bot, and when you provide the license key, you are given access to the download channel where both versions of the client are uploaded. The devs told me that they used to have a website, but due to a few issues, they switched over to this system. While not conventional, this process does work, so I guess a website is not really needed. Going back to the client and what it has to offer, I asked the devs to tell me more about the client, and I was told that Achilles was built to be a jack of all trades, a client that could be used blatantly or as a ghost client depending on the configs being used. I was told that the original goal was to create a client for Crystal PvP and UHC minigame players, but that they had actually become a popular choice in the Elytra PvP community. This is apparently a niche game mode where players spam jump with Elytras to deal more damage through critical hits. I have never heard of or played this minigame myself, but it is interesting to hear that the client is a popular choice in this niche. When it comes to user base, the Achilles client is relatively small. The devs told me that they have close to 100 registered accounts and that in the last month they've had 1,466 logins. To me, this means that the client has a small but active community, and the amount of logins show that the few people with access to the client enjoy using it and play with it on a regular basis. After registering an account and downloading one of the client jar files from the downloads channel, you need to add the jar file to your mods folder. You then need to also download the Fabric API. Once you have both files in your mods folder, launch a new instance of Fabric, and when the game loads, press F8 to open the login screen. Here you need to copy your hardware ID. You then need to go back to the Discord channel where you registered and click Add HWID. Paste in the hardware ID that you copied before and click Login. Now when you press F8 again, the GUI should open. This login process is more complicated than other clients, but it only needs to be done the first time. After logging in successfully, you can close your game, and when you launch it a second time, pressing F8 just opens the login window. Clicking login will now work and allow you to access the client's GUI without having to copy and add the hardware ID a second time, which is great. Let's take a look at a few of the offered utility hacks to get a better idea of what the client offers and how customizable the modules are. 2D ESP. This module is basically a player ESP. It renders a box or lines around other players to let you see them easier. Personally, I prefer the look of ESP with chams, but this essentially does the same thing. One thing that is slightly annoying is that these are rendered through the in-game GUI, making inventory management slightly harder. Name tags. This module renders clean looking name tags above other players' heads. The module has a few settings and looks really good, though it again renders through the inventory GUI, which is a bit distracting. Bridge Assistant. This module makes speed bridging super easy while also being very hard for servers to detect. The module works well and offers a few modes from speed bridging to god bridging. Scaffold Recode. This is a more blatant module that automatically places blocks under the player's feet. Movement Recorder. This module lets you record a set of movements and then it allows you to replay them. You can even loop the recording to repeat movements multiple times. Optimal Eat. This module acts as kind of like a legit version of no slowdown and reduces the slow movement time while eating food. Now let's take a look at a few of the offered combat modules, from modules that are useful on minigame servers to ones that are used on Anarchy and Hacker vs Hacker combat servers. Misplace. This is an interesting module that renders entities closer to you than what they actually are. This allows you to use modules like Reach while screen sharing without it being super obvious to anyone watching. Aim Assist. This module snaps your crosshair to player hitboxes, basically giving you better aim in game. Auto Drain. This module, when held, attempts to remove other players' placed water or lava buckets to stop them from scooping them back up and using them a second time. Auto Crystal. This module automatically places and breaks end crystals. The module actually works decently well, though without other modules like Whole ESP for example, it feels a little bit out of place. Offhand. This module automatically places totems in your offhand to stop you from dying. It again offers a few settings and works well. Overall, the client offers a lot of well-made and interesting combat modules. The client does lack some essential Anarchy modules like Whole ESP or even modules like Storage ESP, but then again it does offer other helpful modules for minigame servers. The default key for opening the GUI is F8. The GUI itself actually looks really good. It may actually be one of the best looking GUIs that I've seen or used. I love how module settings look. Everything is just easy to use while also being aesthetically pleasing. It is not perfect though. When you open a module settings, you use right click. So with that logic, when you open the settings or modes within a module, you would expect to use right click again. But no, this time a left click is needed. This kept catching me off guard, though it really isn't that big of a deal. I'm sure with more playtime it would become second nature. Achilles does not offer a dedicated custom HUD editor, but all of the modules that are enabled are draggable and can be placed anywhere on screen from the GUI window. The client also offers a mod menu similar to ones offered by launchers like Badline or the Feather client. Here you can enable a number of helpful render related mods in a nice looking GUI window. All of these mods have settings and can be dragged anywhere on screen, which is pretty cool. When it comes to client support, the Discord server offers a ticket system and the client devs seem to be very active. They answered all of my questions and I'm sure they would be happy to help anyone facing any issues with the client. The Discord server also contains a bug report channel, a channel for requesting new features, and a channel dedicated to client configs. Speaking of Discord servers, if you want to win one of the 2 free client licenses that are being given away, you need to join my Discord server with the first link in the video's description. You can enter by reacting to this message. The giveaway is going to run for 2 weeks, so good luck. So in conclusion, Achilles is a paid for client with no website. It can be purchased through the Discord server with either PayPal or crypto, and lifetime access to the client is $20 US. The client itself offers an amazing clean looking GUI with lots of settings. Achilles is a very versatile client and can be used as a ghost client or as a blatant cheat depending on the configs being used. The client has a small but active community and the offered modules feel high quality with a good amount of settings and modes for different servers and game modes, from Crystal PvP to minigame servers. In all honesty, I was not expecting much from the client. With such a small user base, I was expecting the client to be fairly basic, but it genuinely surprised me and I do actually really like the client. It may not be a client that I use every day, as my gameplay is more focused on Anarchy servers, and clients like Russia Hack basically cover everything that I need. But with that said, if you are looking for a ghost or blatant client that supports the latest versions of Minecraft, I would actually recommend giving the Achilles client a go. The client is linked down below for anyone that wants to try it out. Anyways, that has been my thoughts on the Achilles client, and I'd love to know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. Anyways, that has been more than enough rambling for one day, and with that said, I have been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.